Hello everyone. Today I'm happy to present to you all the brand new 2015 Ford Mondeo. And today's review is taking place at Hegarty's Ford, situated in Letterkenny, County Donegal. For all contact information in regards to the dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be looking at the interior of the car. I'll explain how all the features work. We'll also start up, look at the engine, go over the performance data, and take a look around the exterior. So we've got the key fob here, still in the plastic from the factory. It's a brand new design. That's quite nice. So you can unlock the vehicle just using the key fob as normal. Or you can use the smart key access system. So if I just touch the red pattern here, it locks the car and the reverse power folds. And if I just tug on the handle, the vehicle unlocks. Leather armrest with very nice black piano veneer finish, which can be found throughout the interior of the car. Your power folding exterior mirrors and your 4 electric windows, as well as the lock and unlock buttons. So to power on the vehicle, you just use the push button ignition here. And then just apply the clutch and hold the button in, and as you can see it turns green. Power on the car. So there's a lot to talk about today, so we'll get started with the steering wheel. It's a lovely leather wrap, and there's decent amount of side bolsters here for your thumbs. Very comfortable to use. It's got a nice 3-spoke design with electronic rack and pinion power assist. Very nice. And now you got your basic controls here. So you got your cruise control here, as well as your trip computer, and then you got this little menu here which operates the center screen, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. And you got your volume controls and Bluetooth controls located here. So the titanium comes with a digital rev counter and digital speedometer and a few different other screens integrated, which I'll just demonstrate now. First off, we're going to go through with these buttons here. So you got your 4-way navigation and your OK button. So if I just zoom into the rev counter here and press right, you got a few different menus here. So we're going to start at the top of the trip computer. There's 2 screens for that, and you can also reset it just by holding in the OK button. Next we got the fuel economy. So you got your average speed here, auto start stop, you can just activate and deactivate that. And then we got the driver assist, so you can activate and deactivate a few things here, such as your traction control. You can also monitor the driver alert system, the hill start assist, you can turn that on and off, lane keeping, traffic signs, and you can also monitor your tire pressure as well. And then finally we go into the settings. So there's 3 menus here, and inside you've got a few more sub menus. So you can also basically just adjust all the general stuff, such as the alarm settings, chimes, lighting, locks, mirrors, the oil life, seatbelts. So if we go into that, when there's passengers in the car, the little seats there will highlight if somebody doesn't have their belt on. And there's even things here for the windows, remote controlled, wipers. That's pretty much it. And then there's things such as my key, 2 admin keys, and it's just basically telling me that this car came with 2 keys, I think it is. Create my key. So a very similar setup in the Ford Mustang that I reviewed in Canada. And then you got your display. So for example, if I click speedo in miles per hour and just look over here to the right, as you can see, that highlights there. And then the kilometers is actually analog, and just deactivate it again. So those there are actually your basic settings, and then once you press left once more, just the digital rev counter comes up. So with the controls on the right, laid out the exact same way. If I just zoom into the center screen here, press the OK, you can go through entertainment. So for example, I just turn on the radio, and you can go through your radio stations from here. Very good sound quality. So let's just go back. You can select your compass from here, As you can see, every time you go to a different menu, different colors illuminate: red, green and yellow. And then phone, basically just activate and deactivate the Bluetooth and pairing, and that's all there is there. So if we just go over to the radio, the titaniums come standard with the Sony head unit. Very nice to use. This car also comes with the brand new Sync system by Microsoft, as you can see down there. Now you can also get something called Sync 2. It's the same thing actually. The only difference is it has sat nav. This one does not have sat nav on it, of course. It's a lovely quadrant layout, as you can see. It's really easy to use. So you got your phone here, infotainment system, and in between you got your digital time and outside temperature meter reading, the entertainment system, and your climate control. Now this new touchscreen unit can also be found in the new Ford Mustang, and also I believe Ford are going to be integrating this into all their future and upcoming models. So let's demonstrate it. On the home menu here, highlighted by the little house, you got your things here. So your Bluetooth, your compass, your radio, and then all your climate control settings. So we'll go through them individually. If I just click on the phone.
Search for sync on your device and select sync once it is found.
Now this is incredibly easy to do. All you have to do is find the car on your handheld device, your phone, and go into the Bluetooth and just type in that code, and it just very easily pairs. If I click on the infotainment system, as you can see the little W there, by the way, that is the compass. It's just telling me we're facing west. So any notifications the car needs to give you, they'll just come up there. You can sort them by date and icon. You can go into your calendar, very nicely laid out. Applications, you can actually download them. This car actually, I believe you can connect it to Wi-Fi, so you can. I'll actually show you that setting in just a moment. And if you want to know where you are, it'll just come up there, your latitude and longitude. And then down here, I believe these temperatures at 21 degrees are for the driver and passenger side, because down below here this car does have a dual zone climate control system, which we'll go on to in a moment. So if I just click the little cogwheels there, which indicate the settings, you can go through all the basic stuff such as clock, display, sound, vehicle settings, and help. So wireless and internet, this is what I was briefly talking about. Now, I've never actually used this in a car before. I've never actually reviewed a car that has Wi-Fi units in it. But I believe, for example, if the dealership here has Wi-Fi, I believe you can connect the car to it. Also, if you have a phone or an iPod or an iPhone or something that has hotspot on it, I got a Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini which does have hotspot. I believe the car will connect to that as well. And you can also connect a USB mobile broadband, and you can go to your Bluetooth settings as well from there on. Other things, you have the phone, media players, all that basic stuff, and the voice control. Let's go into the system settings actually. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so you can go through the language. You want the distance to be read in kilometers and miles, Fahrenheit or Celsius for the temperature, all that simple stuff, as well as adjusting your language. And let's see, vehicle settings, the ambient lighting. A lot of these controls, by the way, I was actually demonstrating them up on this left screen, so a lot of them are just duplicated here, such as the display settings and all that kind of stuff, and the clock. So that there is the basics of the infotainment system. It's easy to use, it's very nice, and there's very good sound quality as well.
Any potential sell-off.
And down here in these quadrants you can go through the climate control. I'll just click it here. So it's dual zone, as I said. It has heated seats, 3-stage, as well as a heated steering wheel. You can also adjust your fan speeds from here, front and rear defrost, automatic mode, and so on and so forth. And you can also turn off the entire system by pressing that. And if I go into the radio, you can just go through all your radio stations from here. You can also get digital radio. You can select between your CD player, your USB, and auxiliary, Bluetooth audio, SD card, and AV in. Should actually just show you what that's all about. If I look under here, got your 3 color-coded jacks there for the AV, so that's your SD card slot, 2 USBs, and under here, sorry my hand's in the way there, a 12-volt power outlet, and it's got a very deep storage area. It's also very nicely carpeted too. And if I press the other handle, you got a little storage area, which you can also just pull up individually yourself. So that is pretty much everything I want to show you there. Very nice system and easy to use. If you used the touchscreen systems before, you'll get used to this, no problem at all. And then you just got your buttons down here for the climate control and so on. This car also has quite a few storage areas. Down here, it's got this very similar design as you find in Volvos. So for example, it's got kind of like this floating center console theme. If I just bring the camera down here, you can see what I'm talking about. Exact same thing you find in Volvos these days. Got a few little storage areas. I think we have a power outlet here. Yep, sure enough, 12-volt power outlet. And it's also got very good sized cup holders down here. You can store a few things in them little storage places. You got 2 cup holders in the center console as well. Just move the keys down here, as well as the very nice black piano veneer finish. You also got your electronic parking brake, automatic mode, the start-stop system, park assist as well, and a leather armrest. And this car also has an auto-dimming interior mirror, as well as rain-sensing window wipers too. And you got your basic headlight controls and fog lamps down there. As well as your illuminated vanity mirrors. And it's also got a little sunglasses container up here. This feels kind of like a rubber padding, so it does up here. It's very nicely laid out inside. As you can see, you also got front quarter windows, very handy for going around, you know, tight corners and all that. It just increases your visibility. And the seats are very nice too, very comfortable and supportive. Nice black fabric as standard, and plenty of side bolstering as well, good and thick. So let's go ahead and check out the back seats. So like the last Mondeo, which I've also driven, there's loads of legroom back here, tons of it. Even though the seat's in my driving position, there is tons of room to spare. You also got storage in the back of each front seat, and the headroom is excellent as well as your interior lighting, very nice. Center armrest with 2 integrated cup holders, and I think we got a storage area. Indeed, just a wee shallow one, as well as a pass-through into the boot. Just pulls down. Now, one thing I read in the brochure about the new Mondeo, and I'm not sure if it is applied to this particular car, they might be optional extras, but Ford have been talking about their new inflatable seatbelts. So from what I read on them, the idea is when the car crashes, which hopefully you'll never be involved in a crash, the seatbelts inflate, so the impact is actually spread more around your torso. So for this, for example, in a normal car, if you're a back seat passenger with your seatbelt on, when you crash and you go forward, a lot of the impact is kind of, you know, on your chest, so it is. With this inflatable system, it actually spreads the impact more throughout your body, so it does. So it's meant to be a lot safer, so it is. It's an interesting system anyway. I think it's brand new. I haven't heard of any other manufacturers using it, so maybe Ford is the first to use it, I'm not sure. But the back seat room in this car is very, very good. Rear ventilation and another power outlet, really very nice. So let's turn on the vehicle's power. We'll turn on the hazards, as well as the headlights, front and rear fog lamps. And naturally all 4 windows are fully automatic. I will take a look around the exterior. The exterior colour on this particular car is called Ruby Red Metallic. So the brand new Mondeo looks absolutely fantastic from the off. It is a really, really striking looking car. I really like the front of it. It's got very nice narrow headlights and a brand new grille. Now this actually looks exactly like the grille that Aston Martin use in their cars, such as the DB9. Very nice front bumper and front fog lamps. Also got parking sensors. I really like the design of the bonnet as well. So it's got these very nice ridges and it's got more shallow ones in the center. It's also got these 17-inch twin 5-spoke alloy wheels with front ventilated steel disc brakes with solid discs in the rear. Also has an independent McPherson struck suspension up front with a brand new revised multi-link rear suspension. LED indicators. Coming round to the rear, you can see Ford have done a brilliant job with this as well. It's got full LED taillights. Now this is the liftback design. You can also have this car as a 4-door saloon or a 5-door estate. It's also got the rear spoiler, which I believe is an optional extra. And then we get the boot space. Now you can also unlock the boot itself remotely by using the keys. We've got a few things in here as well as a couple of other things from the factory, such as these carpets. But the boot space in this car is absolutely massive, like it was in the previous Ford Mondeo. It's got 550 litres of room. And as I've said before in the past, I always think these 5-door liftbacks are better than the saloons because the hatch goes all the way up, as you can see, and you have a lot more accessibility. And also from the outside, it actually still looks pretty much like a 4-door saloon. I'll just move these back here a little bit. You got your spare wheel. Rear seats also fold in a split 60/40 design. Now unfortunately with the rear seats folded, they don't go entirely flat and they do leave a bit of a ledge behind. But in saying that, you know, the standard boot space in this car is absolutely brilliant, so you'll probably never need to fold them seats. Is 191.7 inches. It has a total width of 72.9 inches with a height of 58.1 inches, and the total wheelbase is 112.2 inches. The bonnet release is located on the passenger side footwell. The engine is a 2-litre Durotorque TDCi turbo diesel. It produces 150 brake horsepower with a top speed of 134 miles per hour. It also puts out 258 foot-pounds of torque. And Ford say this car can get about 68 miles to the gallon. So let's power on the Mondeo and see how it sounds. Wee meter should come up here to tell me when I can press the clutch. So just before we finish up the review now, I should mention there's a few other different engines available for this car. You can have this 2-litre diesel producing either 150 or 180 horsepower. Now this particular one is the 150. You can also have it with a 1.5 litre and a 2-litre turbocharged EcoBoost petrol engine. And also there is going to be a hybrid coming out. Now that's going to have a 2-litre petrol engine with a hybrid motor. I believe it's meant to be producing in and around 180 horsepower, somewhere along those lines. And then this car has actually also been sold in the United States and Canada as the Ford Fusion. Now I believe it came out there, and I think it was 2012, if my memory serves me correct. And when I was in Canada 2 years ago during the summer of 2013, I saw a lot of these going around. Now over there, as I said, it was called the Ford Fusion, and I did see a lot of these. And I've really been looking forward to you know, get my hands in this car for the past 2 years now, and thankfully I've not been disappointed. I honestly really like this car. I mean, the inside, for example, is lovely. So this is very upmarket, you know, fresh, brand new, modern design. The infotainment system is very nice and easy to use. You'll get used to that touchscreen unit in no time at all if you're not used to this kind of technology. It's very simple anyway, so it won't take long to get the hang of it. And then, as I was saying, with the titanium, you get this very nice digital speedometer laid out. And I believe in the Zetec, it's just a complete analog system there, so it is in the Zetec models. I'm also going to be listing prices and whatnot in the description box below. As I said, I think there's 3 bodies, or body styles. There's a 4-door saloon, the 5-door liftback, and the 5-door estate. Personally, I would always recommend the liftback. I just think it's the best of all 3 of them, really, because you get as much room in the boot as an estate car, but it also looks like a 4-door saloon from the outside. So I think that's more or less everything I have to say in the Mondeo. I believe these are going to sell, you know, very, very quickly. I reckon in the next month or 2. You know, Donegal and Ireland in general is just going to be littered with brand new 2015 Mondeos. So no doubt I'll be seeing a lot of these around. And also, personally, I think a lot of people are going to buy this particular model, the 2-litre turbo diesel, 150 horsepower, because I know the 1.6 diesel is also more economical, but you know, this one, you know, it gets 60-80 mpg, so Ford say anyway, probably more like 60 in the real world. It's going to have very low road tax and so on, so I think it's just going to be, you know, the best choice all around. So I'll just grab the keys here. And also another thing I should mention, this is my first time ever filming at a Hegarty's Ford in Letterkenny. As you can see, there's a really nice blue Ranger in front. I'm hoping tomorrow, which I believe is the 28th of January, I'm going to be filming that. I was chatting to the manager yesterday about reviewing cars, and you know, he seems very okay with it. They seem to be happy enough to let me review their vehicles. So I'm going to be doing a lot of new Fords. I'm going to be doing the EcoSport. I believe there's a silver one right there. The new Kuga, the new Focus, the new Fiesta, probably the Ka as well. I'll be doing a whole lot actually if I can. As you can see, we've got a lot of vehicles laid out, and even a lot more in the showroom and, you know, beyond there as well. I also think this Mondeo looks really, really nice in ruby red. There's also one in the showroom in a deep impact blue that looks great as well. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this full in-depth tour of the brand new 2015 Ford Mondeo. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe, and please stay tuned. There'll be plenty more videos to come. Thanks for watching everyone.